Okay, well, it's time to have a look at this thing. This Compaq Deskpro. I've just read this and found out it's a Compaq Deskpro EXD or Compaq Deskpro EX. One of the two. I think it's an EX. C600. I think that means Celeron 600. 10C. No idea what that means. 10X CD-ROM drive. No idea. 6 gig hard drive. 64C, probably 64 megs of RAM. US, it's a US model. This thing's been hot rodded a little bit. No power supply, although I can correct that. It's a TFX power supply, I think. What would it have originally had in it? That doesn't really tell me much, does it? No, it doesn't tell me the output. Connect only to grounded outlets. Blah, blah, blah. No, it doesn't tell me what the output of the power supply was. That sucks. Here's the cooling fan. What is that? 80 millimeter? 40 millimeter, I think, is what they call that size. PS2, Ethernet, 2 USB ports, serial, parallel, VGA, audio, game port. It's got this combination, looks like a combination modem and audio card. I'm probably just going to pull that out. I don't really have much use for that. Let's pop the cover and have a look at the insides. Okay, so obviously if you have a look at the graphic on the case here, compared to this is not the original motherboard. It's close, but it's not. This is an MSI MS6378 version 3. It's a socket A base motherboard, so that's probably some kind of an Athlon in there, maybe a Duron. I don't know. It's got one cable in it for the floppy drive. That's funny. I'm going to need to come up with the IDE cables for this. This drive is not staying in there. I just put it in here for safe storage so it wasn't sitting all over the place. It's got a 40 gig hard drive in it. I'll probably pull that out and put something else in it. Like a 10 gig. Doesn't really need much. That's an AGP slot, I believe. Oh, CNR. No, that's not AGP. That's something else. I forget what that actually stood for. 3 PCI slots and CNR. I should probably look that up. And I probably will. Go ahead and post it in the video description. It's got a Phoenix BIOS on it. That's what that chip says on it, which it won't focus on. Come on. There we go. Phoenix BIOS. I see what looks like maybe a bloated capacitor, or no, it's just the light shining on it. All the caps are okay. So, I'm going to go grab a power supply. I once upon a time did have the correct power supply for this, because I used to have one of these, and I pretty well stripped it when I got rid of it, and I kept the power supply. The system itself went through a major power surge, and I don't think the motherboard survived, but come to find out, it may have been the power supply that actually didn't survive, because I tried to plug it in, and the power supply immediately went into overcurrent protection, so yeah, that's no good. So I'm going to go get another power supply. It won't fit, so I'll have to leave the case off, but we'll just go ahead and try it out and see what happens. Okay, I've gone ahead and I got a power supply. When's the last time you saw a DTK logo on something? 250 watts. It's actually a rather large power supply considering the age of this thing. It's so old it doesn't even have a P4 power connector. I bet you it's going to go into overcurrent protection the instant I turn it on. But anyway, I went ahead and I simplified that a little bit. I pulled out one of the screws, which is a little stripped out, and 2 screws here, which were actually drive mounting screws, so I can use those for something else. Are they still here? Yeah, they're right here. These things. I can use those in another project, so I'll probably do that. This is the card I pulled out. The combination telephone modem sound card thing. MR56 PVS soft. Yeah, this is a software modem, or a Win modem, pretty much, because that was the only thing that they really worked well under at the time. I hated these things. I really did. Anyways, I'm not really sure what use this would have, so we'll just get rid of it. Here we go! Oh, it comes on. Holy crap. Delete to enter setup. AMD Duron 1300. I press delete. Oh, there we go. So this is actually probably very closely related to the 1300 Thunderbird that's in the basement right now, which I really ought to bring up here and do something with. Deserves to have some use out of it. Are you kidding me? That is... No, that's not quite correct, I don't think. October 7th, 2017 is, though. That's amazing. It's actually 806, 807, which is 2007, so it probably hasn't been adjusted for daylight savings time. I don't have any of that plugged in. I may put in the hard drive later, have a look at that. What do we got here? We got 1 gig of RAM. VGA, that's fine. Halt on all but keyboard. Okay, anyway, so get out of that. Oops. You can go in here and have a look at some things. Man, this brings back memories. The award BIOS. Wow. I'm going to have to get some more cables for this. I think what this machine is going to do, this is going to come out because I don't have any use for it. But I think what this is going to do is this is going to replace the Lightning PC as my malware test box. So this thing is more compact and it would fit in my rack over here a lot easier than that Lightning PC will. In fact, the Lightning PC won't even fit in that rack at all. It's way too big. So, yeah, that would make a nice replacement for that. ROM shadowing. I remember when you had to do that. I had to worry about that. Chipset features. Memory hole. And it doesn't give me any information about it. Hit F2. Nope. Doesn't give me any information about it. I used to know what that was, but I don't now. Peripheral setup, power management. I always thought that these award BIOS things were a lot more complicated than they really needed to be. So we can get a look at the system specifications. Not bad. That fan sounds like crap. I don't know what fan it is. I think it's that one. The CPU fan. It sounds like crap. Oh well, whatever. Frequency and voltage control. Ah, you can't do any overclocking. That sucks. Well, you probably could if you play around with it a little bit. But anyway, I'm going to shut this thing off. I'll hook up the hard drive and see what happens. I'll just let it post. Disk boot failure. Oh noes. Whatever are we going to do about that? Okay, floppy drive is hooked up, hard drive is hooked up, and I also hooked up one of the optical drives just because I could. I noticed something about this system. It keeps the PS2 ports hot when it's powered off. That actually could be potentially dangerous, hot plugging PS2 devices while the PS2 controller is on, especially if you insert the connection wrong, which was actually rather easy, believe it or not. So we'll go ahead and fire that up. I don't think that works. Delete to get into setup. Yeah, I think that IDE cable was backwards. I didn't even realize that I pushed delete to get into setup. Yeah, this IDE cable is actually rather strange. It doesn't have any keys on it. So you could plug it in either way and it wouldn't matter, it doesn't care. So I better fix that. Well, I found the problem. Oh, I am such an idiot sometimes. I tell ya. Let's see if it works now. I still don't think so. It's a little odd. This time we'll spam delete, so it might actually have a chance of listening to us. That is if the system hasn't locked up because I have something hooked up wrong. Which I think I do. That's not very promising. Yep, time to try that again. Wow, that barely fits. Should actually stand a chance of working now. There we go. Now they're both seen. Alright, so we'll get out of this. We'll boot from the floppy. Should boot from the floppy first anyway. We'll eject that. Did you hear that? Man, that's old school. Yeah, it'll boot from the floppy. And we'll boot it from the CD-ROM. It's a Matsushita CR50 something. What would it say on it? CR588. Doesn't that drive spin? HDAC 2. You can go ahead and have a look at it. Sounds like a air raid siren. Alright. You want the smart menu, just have a look at it. Failed in the past. Interesting. Those look alright. Oh, the revisions are different. Ah, okay. Anyway, it's not a very high hour drive. Let's go ahead and figure out what's on it, if what's on it will even boot on this system. Just because I'm curious. I may not be able to show it on video, but so we can Control-Alt-Delete. Okay, it should boot from the hard drive now, because it's the only other boot device that's left. It's actually version 3.1. That floppy drive seek really does bring back memories. What's on here? Uh-oh. Launch startup repair. It's Windows 7. See if it actually does start. It's got a gig of RAM in it, so it wouldn't be awful. Usually doesn't take this long, though. There's probably something wrong with it. Oh, here we go. Put the lens cap on, just in case there's actually something that shows up. So now you can't see anything, and the camcorder's freaking out because it's trying to focus. And that's not working. Oops. Ha ha ha. Wow. That is really slow disk access. What is this running at? Programmed I/O level 1? Wow, that's really bad. Unless maybe it's writing a full dump to the disk. I don't know. This monitor's not centered and it's bugging the crap out of me. The system just rebooted. On comes the hard drive again. See if it gives me the option to run startup repair again. Let's launch startup repair. See what happens. This never really solves anything, but you know what? What the hell? I'm curious. Let's see what happens. Oh well. Don't send. I wonder if I can view the details. Can't scroll down. Whatever. Turns it right off. I'll try it again. I'll bite. Keyboard lights flashed. And there's the blue screen. So that's screwed. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below. And this is CP666 signing off. Hope to see you next time. Till then.